Today is the day people across the state will head to the polls to vote in the presidential primaries. Florida is a winner-take-all state, meaning the winning candidate for both parties gets all of the state's dedicated delegates. We have what you need to know before heading out to the polls just ahead.
Hey, we're not the only state heading to the polls either. Republicans and Democrats in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, North Carolina are as well. Ohio, by the way, a winner-take-all delegate state.
Hillary Clinton will be watching the results from Super Tuesday Round 3 right here in Palm Beach County. She'll be at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. And not too far away, Donald Trump will also be in Palm Beach County at Mar-a-Lago watching those results come in as well.
A Treasure Coast judge set the date for when he will sentence a man convicted of killing a sheriff's deputy. Eris Tisdale is going to learn his fate April 22nd. He was found guilty of murdering St. Lucie County Sheriff Sergeant Gary Morales in 2013. Sentencing, if you remember, delayed after a Supreme Court ruled Florida's death penalty was unconstitutional.
More than 24 new surveillance cameras will be going up on West Palm Beach's north end by the end of September. Each camera will provide a live wireless feed to the police department. The Community Redevelopment Agency is paying about $200,000 to get this done.
We had cameras in some parts of our area. We'd be seeing a lot of fog this morning.
Already seeing that fog, and Glenn, we're hoping that it'll burn off before things truly pick up in that morning rush.
Well, I think it's going to stick around for a while, guys. You know, we've got some rather cool temperatures, a lot of moisture around, really no wind to speak of this morning. So those are all the elements you really need to get together to have fog develop. And we're seeing quite a bit of it along the Treasure Coast, around Okeechobee this morning. Palm Beach County also starting to fill in now with some fog. And the very bright white areas, and you can see this has really expanded if you've been with us for more than a half hour or so. It was mostly west of the Turnpike in 95, but now it's pushed over toward the coast for Fort Pierce, the FPL Power Plant, Nettles Island, Port St. Lucie, out in Okeechobee as well, quite a bit, Belglade, Pahokee, and now starting to spread over into Riviera Beach all the way up through Jupiter and into Tequesta. So you definitely want to give yourself some extra time for your morning commute today because visibility is going to be reduced. Temperatures are nice and warm, so there's something. We're in the upper 60s and low 70s. Fog should start to lift by the time we get to 9, 10 o'clock this morning, but it's going to take a while. After that, lots of sunshine, hot and humid. I'll tell you how hot it's going to be in your neighborhood today coming up.
I'm praying that you're saying there's going to be a breeze to break up some of that heat. Let's go to your top 5 time saver traffic. We're going to start right here with a look at I-95 and Southern Boulevard. All is clear in this neck of the woods. Do want to let you know we've got a little bit more information on that incident I told you about at 4:30. This was a train accident versus a car. No injuries to report as of yet, but this will affect undoubtedly some of your morning commutes. Florida Highway Patrol telling us this was a deadly wreck. All train crossings are closed from Indian Street to Cove Road in the Stewart area. The accident itself was on Dixie Highward and Seaward Street. We'll continue to hit this over the course of the morning, but again, this is an area that you do want to avoid.
Been a big buildup for this one in just a few hours now. Voters all across the state heading to polls to vote in the presidential primary elections.
And we have full team coverage of the Florida primaries. Andrew Ruiz is live in Delray Beach this morning with a special breakdown of what you, the voters, are discussing ahead of this election. Also, Christina Noche is in West Palm Beach, where Hillary Clinton will be waiting for the results to come in tonight.
On the top right-hand part of your screen, Chris Stewart, you can see he's in our newsroom this morning monitoring the numbers from 4 other states that are holding their primaries. Going to kick things off, though, with Andrew in Delray.
Hi, Mike. Good morning to you. In just 2 hours, people will be coming out to the polls, and they're going to be coming out in droves. It's interesting to see, though, how many people are engaged in this political campaign trail that we've been discussing for months. One of the things that we've done is we've teamed up exclusively with Facebook in order to see what you, the viewers, are talking about. Let's take a look first at the candidates. This is some statistics that Facebook compiled for us. In the last month, 1.3 million people in Florida and on Facebook posted about, shared, liked, or commented on content about Hillary Clinton more than 9.2 million times. That's a lot, and that's way more than Bernie Sanders, as you can see there. But beating out any other candidate is Donald Trump, with 2.6 million Floridians posting, liking, or commenting more than 25 million times. That's a lot of times, folks. Now, let's take a look at the issues. In Florida, the top issues resonating with Facebook users is Cuba, immigration, homeland security, and terrorism. Israel and Palestine, and lastly, the regulations and size of government. So it's going to be pretty interesting how all of these things factor in today's results, and we'll be taking a look at that and working with Facebook to see about today's interactions themselves. Now, as far as the statistics and the actual ballots coming in today, Hillary Clinton is going to be in our neck of the woods. She's going to be in West Palm Beach, and our Christina Noche is live where that rally is going to be held. Good morning, Christina.
Today, many people will have these in their hands as they cast their ballots for the presidential primaries. Now, the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections says that the voter turnout this year has been unprecedented. Now, if you take a look here, we're at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. This is where Hillary Clinton is going to be coming to watch those numbers as they pour in. Now, according to the latest Quinnipiac University poll, Clinton is leading over Bernie Sanders here in Florida. Now, the poll released yesterday shows Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton hold the biggest leads here in the Sunshine State going into voting day. Now, in Chicago yesterday, Clinton had this to say to supporters at a plumbers union.
Please do everything you can in the next 24 plus hours so that we come out of these elections tomorrow with a wind at our backs, and we have the way forward.
Now, doors will open at 7 o'clock tonight. This is a public event, so anyone is able to attend. Of course, we will have a crew here and be covering this for you with reports live on the air. And, of course, on our Wptv app as well, you'll get all of those updates as fast as we get them in. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Christina Noche, Wptv, News Channel 5.
We've been calling this Super Tuesday Round 3, and really it is a day where it is make it or break it for several of the candidates, including Republican presidential hopeful Marco Rubio. He's actually going to be in Miami tonight watching those results come in.
Speaking of which, it was last night he was at Palm Beach Atlantic University holding a rally. We were there. Take a look. About 300 supporters at the Green Complex at Palm Beach Atlantic. His speech focused on limiting government and putting the power in people's hands. Take a listen.
We have a president today, with all due respect, since I want to be polite, who summarily violates the Constitution because he has concluded that his ideas are more important.
All right, so the celebration event tonight opens at 6 at FIU Arena in Miami. Of course, we have all the details and times and how to get there on WPTV.com.
Like we said earlier, Florida is not the only state holding primary elections, an important one, but again, not the only state.
Yeah, I'd say so. Chris Stewart here in the newsroom monitoring things that are happening not only in Florida, we're talking Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, right?
Yeah, your home state of Missouri. 5 states total today, Florida, as well as all these other ones right here are going to be holding primaries. But I want you to take a look at Ohio. This is one of the real keys today. Polls going to be opening there at 6:30 this morning. There's a lot of focus there. That is a winner-take-all state. On the GOP side, Governor John Kasich virtually tied in the latest polls with GOP frontrunner Donald Trump. Some say if Trump wins Ohio and Florida today, that will really clear his path to the nomination. He's actually going to be holding a press conference tonight on Palm Beach. For the Democrats, Hillary Clinton is leading, but analysts believe Bernie Sanders, you remember he pulled that huge upset in Michigan. Some believe that could happen today in states like Ohio and Illinois. Holly?
All right, Chris, Jane Sanders, Senator Bernie Sanders' wife, says they can pull off another upset like they did in Michigan. The latest poll shows Sanders in a tight race with Clinton in Ohio, but in Florida, Clinton pulls way ahead. Jane Sanders also says her husband's camp is not responsible for those anti-Trump protesters.
It will be abundantly clear to everyone this is a two-man race. I think after tomorrow, it will be officially a two-man race.
That's Senator Ted Cruz, number 2 in the Republican delegate count behind Donald Trump, confident about today's results. He's rallying in Illinois today, arguing that voting for Kasich or Senator Rubio is essentially throwing away a vote, in his words.
Coming up at 5:30, protecting your wallet and your identity. We're going to break this down for you. We've got 4 things you need to do to stay safe while you're making all of those purchases with your cell phone.
You could call it an epic mistake, the very inappropriate beverage given to children at a popular restaurant. Stick around for this one. It's 5:08 and you're watching WPTV.